Hey everyone, Isaac Newell here with TorqueVB. Today I wanted to go over the 3 components to a proper step close and how they influence arm swing mechanics. So what we do in here, or what we prioritize, is when you take your step close, where you take your step close, and how you take your step close. When you take your step close is something that I've talked about in the past. What we do here, other coaches may train it differently, but what we do here is we try to get athletes to load on their second step if they're taking a 4-step approach. If you're taking a 3-step approach, that's totally fine. You'd be loading on your first step. That would be your left leg. We often use sound to help athletes. So if you're taking a 4-step approach, it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, that elongation of 2 is when you're on your left foot, starting to just gently fall forward as the setter's releasing the ball. That gives you enough time to actually read where the set's going, and then allows you to then commit with a lot of time to go through proper mechanics. So again, coaches may train that differently, but what we've seen is if you spend too much time on your first step, you often are late, which then impacts your ability to go through proper step close mechanics as well as arm swing mechanics. Where you take your step close from is dependent on your size. If you're larger, more explosive, you can take your step close a little bit behind the 10-foot line. If you're smaller, a little less explosive, you should probably be taking your step close in front of the 10-foot line so you can actually get to the volleyball. And then how you take your step close is something we've talked about before. Are you getting a lot of range of motion in your hyperextension during your double arm lift? Are your limbs synchronized during that motion? And again, you can see that in slow motion. But again, that is highly influenced by time. If you do not have enough time between release and contact, you cannot have a lot of range of motion. You can't actually powerfully go through the approach or step close. And again, that will influence how much time you have to spike. So those are the 3 variables that I look for. I highly encourage you to utilize them during your practice. Again, my name is Isaac Newell. I'll see you soon.